Hello friends and welcome to Phone Truths, which is brought to you by Sky Mobile, Ireland's newest network, and it's also mobile you can expect more from. So, how can you expect more, I hear you ask? Well, listen up, because I'm about to tell you. So you can expect flexible data plans to let you change your plan whenever you like. You can also expect your bill to come down automatically once your phone is paid off, and you even get access to exclusive Sky rewards, like flights to Europe and loads more. It sounds absolutely incredible, to be fair. So don't settle for less. Sky Mobile is here, and it's time to expect more. You can visit sky.ie/mobile to find out more. Hello friends and welcome back to another episode of Phone Truths, the podcast where we learn more about the lives of our guests through the prism of their mobile phone. Today's guest is, where do I even start? He's an absolute ball of energy, has lived the most incredible life, has worked with the most incredible people, and has the most incredible stories that I know you're going to absolutely love on today's episode. But also, there's someone who I have a bit of a soft spot for because, well, he was the judge who was the nicest to me on Dancing with the Stars. Today's guest is the amazing Arthur Gourounlian. Arthur!
Hello!
Oh, God, it's so good to be back in a room with you.
This time we can relax. I won't be judging you, thank God.
Oh, wow. There's so many things. You know, I've seen you since dancing.
Oh, 100%.
But, I've actually never really delved into, some of the questions I always had while dancing was going on.
No.
I mean, we couldn't
technically I wasn't allowed to talk to you,
That's
remember?
the thing, exactly.
My role's I have to be neutral.
We had to have this real wall between each other during dancing. So I never knew what you were thinking during it. I mean, you can be honest now. Were you, Brian and Lorraine, at the start gone, Jesus Christ, what is this fella doing?
The truth.
Yes.
No, do you know what? As soon as you start dancing, I was like, okay, he can't dance to save his life, but you were one of the contestants who from day one till you won, you actually delivered every single week. And I'm not going to lie to you, you were so determined. And sometimes I always said, this show is kind of popularity show. Mm-hmm. You have to be lovable. You have to do what we want you to do. And also you have to sell yourself. And those three things, you actually did it.
Oh, well,
you actually did it.
I got loads of love after winning. But I got a lot of shit.
How could you not love you, seriously?
I got loads of shit after winning from people being like, oh my God, the best dancer didn't win. It was like, hang on, I fucking know I wasn't the best dancer. Everyone relax.
And I'm going to defend you in here. I'm going to defend him. I said to those people, did you pick up the phone and vote for your favorite? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but did you pick up the phone? No. So, stop complaining.
Exactly.
Stop complaining. People who picked up the phone and voted for Carl. That's what I'm saying.
I have to say, it was the most mental, brilliant, exhausting, terrifying experience of my life.
You guys work so hard. Honestly, I know we're always saying, I come Saturday and Sunday, he. I don't see what's happening behind the doors. I come and judge you, whatever you've done. But then when you see your VTs, the hard work you put into it, plus all of you got your everyday jobs. Mm-hmm. That's hard work, Carl. I'm sorry. That's huge hard work.
It's hard.
Props to you.
Hard work, but it was all fun too. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it. At the end of the day, okay, it was hard work, but then you distance yourself and you're like, I'm just learning a dance and I'm going on wearing...
That's true. Like we said, we're not saving lives. It's an entertainment show. We just have... Plus you have a skill now.
Exactly.
I have that
I don't know if it's with me
You're
still.
like my husband. I'm like, you still can't dance? Seriously, after all these weeks?
Unless Emily Barker is manhandling me around the dance floor.
Emily, where are you when you need you?
Yeah. Well, look, let's get into your phone now because I don't think I need to ask you that you have quite a relationship with your phone. How big a part of your life does it play?
I think I'm more married to my phone than my husband. Oh, he hated that I'm on my phone. I'm more on the phone than Brian. Brian, actually a little bit. But I said, my phone is my job. I'm a freelancer. As you know, I'm a freelancer. Everything comes from my phone. From social media to the emails to content. We have a business. We're launching things. I have to always be on top of everything. And also, yes, we know I'm not that shy to post, the family outgoings every day here and there. I'm just entertaining the nation. And I love doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. So I am pretty much stuck to my phone a lot.
Okay. A lot of people would say that they kind of feel that they're nearly too married to their phones and that it's a concern for them. But you seem very comfortable with the fact that no, this is a huge part of my life.
You just nailed it. I always say that if I'm not happy what I do, I will stop tomorrow. I'm very vigilant what I do. People are like, oh, I live in a moment. Guys, trust me, I live in the moment. I can film you now and know exactly what's happening around me. I'm like maybe I'm a weirdo, I don't know what. I live in a moment all the time. But then also, when I watch back all the memories I created the past 2 years with my daughter and the new daughter, my husband, my mom, my sister, my family, my friends, I love it. And I won't apologize for it. And I definitely live in a moment. So yes, I am my phone.
I think
Maybe some people think it's weird, but I am. And I still love life, Carl. You know me. I love life. I don't miss any bits.
And that's why I think people love following you. I think people love your love of life, but you've got this beautiful energy. And where does that come from?
I've always been energetic. Look, I'm so actually hyped. I'm sweating already. I don't know. I've always been hyped. Like, I think it's also coming from a dancing point of view because we're exhibitionists. We love showing ourselves off. Like I always say, when you're a dancer, actor, model, if you don't like showing yourself off, you need to give up your job. Do you know what I mean? Because we're performing in front of thousands and thousands of people. And when social media came along, I was like, I am not going to be a fake person. I'm not a comedian. I'm not an actor. I'm just Arthur Gourounlian who want to live life. And everything I post, I want to be authentic, be myself. I don't want to change. And people can't believe it that I'm so hyped in real life and on social media. They think it's a persona, but I am not. I am as crazy as it comes. Even at home, I'm always so hyped up. There's no a dull moment at home. I don't know where that's coming from. I can't tell you, but I've always been like that. I think since young age, I always loved life. Even though with the tragedy I had before, before when I was a young boy, but I always loved life.
Do you think, though, that your past has given you more of an appreciation for
100 billion%.
And sorry, by the way, as well, for anyone who hasn't heard it, like I'd love to hear like even a little synopsis of your backstory.
Well, you know, like obviously we left Armenia in October 1993. I was in Belgium, so it took us about like 4 or 5 months to travel. And then we ended up in Belgium as asylum seekers, refugees. So I think that was obviously my mom and dad camouflaged so much of it. I remember and I don't remember because, you know, as parents, you try to camouflage so your kids are happy. You know, we got locked out for 2 months in our Salvation Army. We couldn't leave the house. It was in Belgium, in the middle of Brussels. We couldn't leave. So I think that's always stuck with me. And I always say to myself, whatever happened, I'm just going to be happy. I'm just going to move forward. But I know any difference. I was trying to survive with my parents. You know, when we have to shave our heads because we're refugees to make sure we don't have lice and things like that. But again, I never was crying because, oh my God, I have to shave my head. It was like, I was 13, my sister was 11. So you're just going with it. And I think the tragedy happened when my dad, after 2 years, died in Belgium. I was 16 years old. And Carl, that literally changed my life. Literally, it's like, I always explain that somebody took the old chip, removed it, and then put a new chip and said, you, Arthur, now going to live your life fully. And I swear to God, I left when I was 16 years old. I moved in on my own, à la Bourse. It's called à la Bourse, like an area in Brussels, in a little studio. And I said, I'm going to survive. And that would be my motto since. I'm like, I'm going to be happy whatever I do. And everything I've done in my life, I didn't even know that's going to happen.
Wow.
I'm sitting here talking to you, you know, we've done so much, but I never thought that's going to happen to you because I always said nobody's going to stop me and I'm going to be as happy as possible. And I've been doing like my dad's dream. My dad passed away when I was 45 years old. And he always, as an Armenian person, you move to France or you go to Los Angeles. That's given. It's a dream. And my dad always dreamed to see the Eiffel Tower. He never made it. And I will never forget when I got my passport, Belgian passport, when I went to Paris for the first time. I stood in front of the Eiffel Tower and I think I was there like 25 minutes. I couldn't move because like, you know what? I'm going to see so many Eiffel Towers in the world. I'm going to do so much, but without knowing where I'm going.
Wow.
I mean, my life always, I said, it's a roller coaster. And I always say, if I did it, you can do it because I don't feel sorry for myself. So, and you're right, the happiness comes to, that's why I want to teach my daughters. I don't want to spoil them too much, but I want them, you work hard and you make your life the way you want to make. Don't listen to anybody, move forward because jealous, bitter people always going to be around you. People told me, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, you will never succeed. And everything they said, I did opposite. Has
becoming a parent changed your perspective or given you more of an appreciation for like how hard your parents fought for you guys?
100 billion %. You know what? my mom asked for the documentation when they were going through, because when we're in this little village as an asylum seeker, so they're putting in this house, waiting until to see what's the result. Either you're going to stay in Belgium or you're going to go back home. I was reading this paperwork because every week for 2 days they have to go to Brussels and you have to make sure you say the same thing. If you, sorry for my jargon, fuck it up one little word, out, because you're faking it. I was reading and I was crying. I was literally crying. I was like, how did you cope to do that? Like, how do you go sit in front of the counselor and tell your story? Oh, I don't have a water at home. Who gives a shit? Go back to your country. You have to say that you're going to die. If we stayed in Armenia, we were going to be dead. I will never be sitting here in front of you talking to you. And I mean, how did you survive? And my mom, I always said, I don't have idols in celebrity world. I don't care. My mom is my idol. The way she actually handled all that, because my dad was like, hello, man, just walking around, doing things. That's what I remember. And my mom handled everything together. I was like, do you know what? You're my idol. Everything you've done for us, it's incredible. Now reading this, I was crying. I was like, I can't believe you've been through this. It's like, but I have to do it. And she got married to save us in Belgium, to save us. If she didn't have kids, she would have gone back to Armenia. She told me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So you just do everything for your kids. Now, as a father, I'll do anything for my kids.
Yeah.
Forget it. My purpose was to have family. And we have this beautiful family with Brian. Now I'll do anything. I work in a cafe. I serve tables. I do anything. I don't care. I'm very privileged what I do now. I'm so privileged. I'm so honored to be asked to do this and that. But at the same time, if that doesn't work tomorrow, I'll do anything to survive and have a beautiful life for my kids.
Oh, God. Arthur, this is why I love being around you. You just... Yeah. People talk about there being radiators in your life and drainers. You are, as a radiator, like, the heat coming off you is outrageous.
The hair
it is unbelievable. No, it's just you're a joy to be around.
Thank
Look,
you.
we'll go back to your phone.
Okay.
So, professionally, personally, we obviously know your phone plays a huge part in your life.
Yeah.
But I want to get nostalgic now. What was your first phone?
Nokia. Remember that small Nokia? Obviously, my first phone, I was a bit older because I couldn't afford to have a phone. It was a bit older. I remember I got my first phone in 2021. Sorry, in 2020, oh my God, 2001, 21. That's a little bit way too late. Nokia wasn't existing there. But I got Nokia, I remember, because I was start traveling in 2001. I was 21. I just, celebrated my birthday. I was like, I'm going to get a Nokia. I remember with the snake, playing the snake. I was obsessed with it. So, and also because I was start dancing, people were start booking me a lot. Okay. So I was like, oh, you can't keep calling the line or faxing me. We need someone. So I was like, I'm going to splash out on Nokia. And I was like, oh my God, obsessed with it. And when I told my mom I have Nokia, she's like, how good you going to afford, Because, I'm still on my own and everything. But that was the Nokia, yeah.
What's your most lit WhatsApp group?
I can't tell you that. My God, I will cancel. No, actually, I don't have. I think the most lit WhatsApp group. So I'm going to do hair because I'm getting really hot now, changing fashion here. I think the most one, it's my family. Actually, Dowlings. They are outrageous. I love. It's all my sister-in-laws and the brother-in-laws. Do you know what I mean? We're all together. It's so funny. It's actually so because. Like, the girls are wild. As you know, they're from Ratangin. I've got 6 sister-in-laws. The brother-in-laws, I think the only person that does have a partner, it's Effie. And we're always talking, and then Effie will come out with like some one-liners, it's okay, I'll hold the candle, things like that. It's always lit. There's no one dull moment there.
Wow.
And you know how family are. You have to have that banter. Yes. But sometimes I want to understand what they're saying with their Irish coding or things like that. I was like, okay, can you translate, please?
Yeah. Has your phone ever gotten you in trouble?
No.
Wow.
Do you know why? Because I'm control freak. So when I used to work backstage, obviously, phone on silence, play mode, I'm the one always saying, phone on silence, play mode, leave to the dressing room, So no, I never really... No, never even like rang or anything because everywhere I go when I know phones are not allowed. Yeah, switch. It's like when I used to be creative director, choreographer for Puma, launching every single thing. And in Puma, you can't take picture because it's like season before. So one picture will go out there and it's going to be catastrophic. You'll be sued for 500,000 euros. So I always was vigilant with phones. Yes. So I'm always on it with things like that. So I've never been in trouble.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I also think as well with look, as a professional dancer now, I'm able to say this.
You are. You want
But,
dancing with the stars.
Look, there is something about like working with any of the pros on dancing, or with yourself or Brian or Lorraine. There's a level of discipline involved with dancing that is like nothing I've ever seen in my life. So that's actually why that answer does not surprise me.
Yeah. We are very disciplined. Like, especially as a dancer, you're like a control freak. Everything has to be perfect. It's like when I choreograph, I want my dancers to be like a military, beautiful. Everything has to be shaped, gorgeous. We're not like, oh, whatever, it's great. Oh, it's like when you're doing a coffee, it's coming off, doesn't matter. No, everything has to be perfect. And also, I'm a perfectionist.
Okay.
So perfectionist, control, all that stuff coming together. So no, the answer is no. No.
Can I see the perfectionist stuff? Does the phone make that worse in terms of because the let's say the level that everything is at now is so high. The bar is now being set so high from what you can find online and what you can consume. Does that mean that you end up being harder and harder and harder on yourself to strive for even more perfectionism?
That's a stunning question. Yes, and the answer is yes, because now you see everything. Everything is filmed now. You can't actually have a space of an error. So that's why everything, like when I was creating like a show, I want to be perfect, because if one person actually put out there, they will criticize me, they will criticize the choreography or the creativity. But at the same time, sometimes you have to let it go. Even though I'm a perfectionist, there's so much, like, believe me or not, I never watch myself on TV. Never seen an episode of Dancing with the Stars, any interviews I do. Never.
Wow.
Never. I only see the snippets when people post on social media, but I don't see, because I always think it's done already. As a perfectionist, it's done. I'll be like, why was my hair there? Why was I looking like this? Why am I sitting like this? I don't want to, because I'll be too harsh on
You
myself.
just torment yourself.
100%. That's why I was like, it's out there. It is what it is. It's done.
That is such good advice, though, because most people would be doing that, not with themselves, but comparing themselves to other people. Whereas
Never.
if you remove that from, like, if someone you follow doesn't make you feel good, then maybe you should unfollow them or block them.
100%. And that's why I don't follow even many people, because I just follow my friends and people I know.
Yeah.
Because I actually not interested in whatever this person does, because that person might be good for you, not for me. So I don't do it. That's why I never compare myself. I don't get jealous, Carl. And I never compare myself to anybody, because there's only one Carl, there's one Arthur, there's one this and that. So why are you comparing yourself to someone else? So I never compare myself to anybody. I'm Arthur. I do whatever I have to do, and I never watch myself, because I'll be too harsh.
It's really interesting to hear you talk like that, because I wish I was able to say that I'm at a point where I wouldn't compare myself to other people. And I am getting better at it, but I still would struggle with
Oh my God, I'm surprised.
comparing with myself with
But
people
why?
online. This is the thing, and that's the funny thing, because there is no need for it.
No need.
And I would often get messages from people, and they say, "God, you're always so happy online," and then I know people are comparing themselves to me.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is it honestly been always that way, or was there ever a point where have you always just been so?
Pinky swear, honestly, I never compared myself. Let's be honest here. I'm sitting talking to you. I know I made as a dancer. I smashed it. I worked better than some dancers will dream, right? Dream. I've done every stage you can imagine. Toured the world, Wembley Arena, from like so many things. There are better dancers out there than me. If I compare myself to the better dancers out there than me, I would have never worked, Carl.
Yeah.
But you know what? At that time, I was the best dancer. I went there, I smashed it, I got the job. Thank you so much.
You should get into motivational speaking. I swear, I feel I could run through the wall right now. This is like...
But that's that. I always been like this. Carl, we can be here for a million years. Like, I lived in UK 17 years and I've seen everything. I did Star in Your Eyes. I couldn't speak English at the time. I was so lucky I got it. That was 2002. I will never forget. Sat there and one of the makeup artists said, I don't remember what she said. And then I said to my friend Lisa, I remember the name. I said, Lisa, what she said? She said, she's just jealous because you got the job and her son didn't get it. I went, what do you mean? She said, yeah, he was at the audition, but they needed one boy and I got the job for 3 months for Star in Your Eyes. I went, but did I do something wrong? She said, no, you were at the audition because she was an assistant choreographer. She said, you did the exactly same what the son did, but you were better.
Wow.
And I wasn't upset, but I was like, and she's doing my hair.
Yeah.
And she's, because she realized who I was like, but I did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So if I was listening to all these people, I won't be again sitting here.
To kind of fast forward then to right now, does that same mindset apply to, like, you've spoken about it, some of the vile stuff that you and Brian have experienced, or is it harder when it involves your personal life?
No, again, because it doesn't affect me. It only affects now when they're coming from my kids or my husband. When it comes from me, like, I'm gay, right? Obviously, we know I'm gay, duh. but I never had any homophobe things.
Yeah.
Never. When I was a dancer, I was on a pedestal. Oh my God, Arthur Gourounlian, that's this, girls, blah, 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 blah. As soon as we start having kids, Blake was born, our lives changed like this. The homophobia suddenly came from the woods and started criticizing us. I never experienced homophobia until I became a parent. Do you know what I mean? So that's mental. And again, you learn to live with it. I know we shouldn't be learning, because why am I accepting to learn with it? If you were working 9-to-5 job and somebody bully you like this, because I always say, Brian and I, we get jealousy, homophobia, and racist. And we cover all these three.
Wow.
We do cover all these three. But I said, if you're in office 9-to-5, you'll be arrested, you'll be deported. That's not normal. So why you and me are on a limelight, like we're living our lives in a social media public platform, why do we accept to get criticized? Or because you put yourself out there? No.
Yeah.
So when I'm going to work in a lawyer's office, I put myself out there to go to work in a lawyer's office. So do I have to expect my boss to criticize me and treat me like shit? No. So that's why it's like, doesn't sit well with me. But what can I do? Should I stop everything? No, I love it. And I live my life unapologetically. I don't apologize to anybody, because they don't put food on my table. They don't pay for my mortgage. They don't we're renting now. But they don't, do you know what I mean? Like, those people don't do anything. But I always say it's 1% people criticizing us. The rest, they are so amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I always say that. People say, how's your life in Ireland? Amazing. Irish people being absolutely incredible. My mom even said, my mom's like, it's like Armenians, because your guys are warm. You welcome everybody. You are like, you go in somebody's home, eat until you haven't eaten. You can't leave this door. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my mom said, it's remind me of that. And I love it. I can't say something bad about it. But those people still exist no matter Ireland, Armenia, France, but they will always be somewhere. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to be happy for you, because there's always a jealousy, because we're happy.
Do you worry about, as your kids get older, because obviously it's easier now because they're younger, do you worry about protecting them from it as they get older? Or
Do you know what?
have you even crossed that bridge yet?
No, I haven't, because also at the same time, first of all, we don't know how the life can pan out. We don't know if we're going to be here or there, because all my life, I've been like a little travel boy, traveled around the world. I lived like 36 places. When we move again, it'll be my 37. So I feel like all my life, I've been like, from suitcase to suitcase. So I don't know what will happen to my life, but I want to make sure my 2 daughters, they are protected. And no matter what, they will actually, they have Brian and I, so that they're already protected with that. But I can't even put in perspective how I'm going to actually protect them. Because as a parent, I don't know, I'm learning something new every day. When people say, oh, I know everything, nobody knows everything. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. Even if I'm 95 years old, I will still learn something new. So I'm learning every day. So every day it's a new challenge for me. Every day it's a new chapter, new adventure. So I will protect them, but I can't answer to you like how. Of course, they're probably going to be bullied, because, they're Irish Armenian, they're from surrogacy, their aunt gave birth. Do you know what I mean? So, of course, that's already like a red flag, But at the same time, they're happy, Carl.
Yeah.
They are so happy. Have you met my 2 girls? They are so happy. Blake is thriving for life. It's like, doesn't matter, mom or dad, love. That's all you need. So hopefully, and she's very feisty, so hopefully as a girl, she can handle herself. Yeah. We won't be worried hopefully about that.
To be fair, I think
she'll be okay.
Yeah, they absolutely will.
I think, we'll get a phone call like, I was like, Blake, no, actually, Blake actually said something. I was like, oh, she can handle herself. No, hopefully, fingers crossed.
I love it, yeah. Can I talk now about the kind of highlights reel of your phone? Is there any moments within your camera roll that you find yourself going back to going, oh, wow, I'm so glad I captured that?
Oh my God, okay. If you ask me that question before 2022, so many.
Yeah.
But now my pride and joy is my girls.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what I've done in my life. The pride and joy, I'm obsessed with Blake and Blue now.
Yeah.
Like, the camera roll, it's all about them now. Even my social media, it's them. I don't even care about posting myself. I'm obsessed with them.
Yeah.
I want to create the legacy that when I die, leave this earth, I'll leave them to follow Brian and I's legacy. Do you know what I mean? I want that. So everything I do is for them.
Yeah.
My camera roll is full of them.
Yeah.
So they're my
and I think most of the parents will identify with that.
Now
yeah.
I understand when parents like, oh, look, my baby, look this. I was like, oh my God, they're talking about their kids. Now I understand why. Because you're becoming obsessed with them.
Yeah.
And again, doesn't matter if you're mom, dad, aunt, grandparents, everybody, whoever raising a child, you know the obsession.
Yeah. And isn't it so lovely for the kids now as well? Like I'm so excited. Like we managed to capture Davey's first steps on camera. We didn't manage it with Ayla, but it happened when there was no
She's
camera
gonna come
around.
for you.
I know. But like, there's all of these different moments that, like, you know, milestones that they've managed to get to. Even, you know, being able to show them videos of like, this is when you weren't able to say words. The fact that they have all that there.
Thank you. But also remember, also from my refugee and asylum, I don't have any pictures, Carl. I don't have videos. Like if my daughters, one day say, oh, can I see a picture when you were 1 year old, 2 years old? What do you do? I don't have anything.
Wow.
Maybe like there's few, but that's it. I don't have anything. But that's why I want to create so many memories. And you're going to laugh. We're talking about phones. I was always the only person in showbiz when I was dancing in UK allowed to film and record and take pictures. You know that? People only trusted me. I used to tour with Girls Alive for 4 years. Every single picture they got backstage is because of me.
Wow.
They wrote a book, Glitter. They said, thank you to Arthur Gourounlian. Half of pictures is my pictures. So I used to take pictures with my camera, which I'm back to old school cameras, better quality. So I always take pictures, put on CD, and then burn them and then give to everybody. I always took pictures. I was going through all my CD. I have so many, I think I've got like 250,000 pictures.
Whoa.
And that's not, but then when iPhone came out, which I'm obsessed with, I was like, oh my God, who needs camera? So it's easier. You're actually walking and doing everything. And so I always took pictures and videos. It's been part of my life since I can remember. Forget social media.
Do you think that came from a place of
Yes.
so much was lost?
I know exactly. Yes.
Wow.
100%. But I think also I have this eye that I love taking pictures no matter what, and the memories, capturing memories. And that's also because I remember when I came to Belgium, I will never forget my mom was sick. She was in hospital, and then my dad has to take us to the Atelier Royal. It's like the school in Malmedy. He couldn't speak French, English, we were lost. And they said, oh, do you have like a kid's pictures because file? We said, no, there was nothing.
Wow.
So that I want to create as many memories possible.
Did your mom and dad ever get to go back ever?
No, I've been back, but my dad passed away obviously after 2 years there. My mom always got scared to go back. She never been back. I would love to take her, but she's 76. It's hard for her to travel, especially it's going to be too heavy for her to go there.
Yeah.
So she never been back. I think there was like that scare and how we left. You know, it's the bad memories. And my first time I went back, I was working for Eurovision back in 2017, first time. It changed, but just like the middle, but it's still the same what I had in my memories.
It was emotional going back.
Oh my God. It was horrible. It was horrible. Like I was working with a friend of mine, she's an opera singer, so it's like, listen, why don't you come and, you know, you can see it and all that stuff. I was like, why not? Like, let's just go. I can't even talk. It was very emotional.
Yeah.
I went back to our apartment where we left. Literally, we left. It's like now you, your 2 kids, and Ash, pick up your suitcase and go. Pretend you're going on holiday. Yeah. Leave your stuff like that and never look back.
Yeah.
We left in 1993. Think about it. And then I went back 2017.
It's
the same door I put with my dad and somebody living in it. I don't know how they're even living in it.
Oh, you even got to go back to the actual
I went.
Wow.
The same door. I remember my dad was putting it in a like thick door, but there was someone there in that. We were on the 9th floor, and obviously lots of my friends died, you know, in Armenia before I left. Neighbors died, moved, and it was so surreal. And it's still the same. It was run down. It's very run down. Like the building is like, looks like a homeless shelter.
It's probably the equivalent of like, it's especially when you have to get up and leave somewhere that quickly without any
overnight.
thought. It's probably like when someone dies suddenly, the ability to go, oh, would you like to go back 20 years later and see this person again? For, like
100%. Well, honestly, a lot of things changed. Also became like modernized, like with social media now, everything's changed. But outside Armenia, still all did because, we had the biggest earthquake in 1988. And that's another tragedy because I nearly died there. There were so many trauma. But it never, my friends always say to me, so weird, with everything I've been through, I should have been completely the opposite side. Wow. I should have been cuckoo. I should have been seeing a therapist. I should have been completely gone wrong in my life. But no, I actually twisted and I said, no, do you know what? Cool. I'm going to live my life to the fullest and I'm going to embrace and enjoy it. Wow. That's exactly what I did. Yeah. I never felt sorry for myself.
Talk to me about the earthquake.
Yeah, in 1988, we had the biggest earthquake in Armenia, literally destroyed Armenia and never recovered. And I was at school at the time and I was told this boy in my class, I will never forget, I was sitting in the back, true story. I'm sitting by, we're working, and then suddenly my teacher, it's like she saved my life. It's weird. I said, oh, can you bring the whatever I was doing? I was like, okay. And I remember I was walking from the desk. I was walking and I was doing this. I was waving. And then they're like, my friends, I remember they were like, oh my God, are you drunk? And I was, and then there was a library, little cabinet went on my desk and in the back. And everybody like started screaming and the earthquake was starting. It was a huge earthquake, destroyed half of Armenia. It was mental. And then we started jumping off the windows and everything, and some of the building collapsed, and we ran home. And I think for 2 weeks we had to stay outside, living outside, because we were not allowed to go to the buildings. So where I was, there's few buildings collapsed because they're new, so they were stronger. But outside, like let's say we're in Dublin and I don't know, Kildare and Comeet destroyed, or lots of different places, and they never recovered.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
it like the life you have lived is just.
It's. I don't really. I know I do the interviews. I know I talk and everything, but sometimes also I was like, do you know what? There's worse out there. I always tell you, I'm here. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm actually so blessed what I do. I'm so privileged. I spoke to a friend of mine actually not long ago. I said, it's so funny. She's in UK. When I was touring in UK, Carl, think about it. I was doing the biggest TV shows. I was doing the biggest tour. And nobody came to see me. I was actually touring with the biggest pop band. And when you go to Manchester, oh, Carmel's got his family coming to see him. We're going to Newcastle, oh, Cheryl's got the family coming to see him. Everybody's got family from dancers or pop stars. And I was on mind, like, oh, who's coming to see you? I was like, no one. It was such a... My mom couldn't come. I only had my mom and my sister. It was... I wasn't paying attention, but now when I'm sit back, I was like, oh my God, everything I've done, nobody came to see me.
Wow.
But I didn't care. I was happy to be there. I was surviving. I was enjoying life. I was living my best life, Again, I was doing because it was coming gig after gig. I was working hard. I was auditioning. But I was so privileged, Carl.
Yeah.
I was so lucky and privileged to do all that.
I could talk to you for days about it's just.
I'm a shy person. I don't talk much.
I'm gonna need you to become like your mom, where you just ring me every so often, just to give me a little lift. Yeah, 100%, just to help me run through walls.
Oh yeah.
I want to get into the good, the bad, and the ugly now of your phone. I'd love to know what is like the best phone call you've ever received, or one of them.
Oh my God. Okay. Career-wise, I had some amazing, epic moment, but I think the best phone call I ever received, it was to getting my Belgian passport.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Oh my God. Before we got our Belgian passport, God, I never said that. Before we got our Belgian passport, we got a letter saying that we have to evacuate Belgium. And we're living in this little village called Malmedy. And the mayor said, I'm going to pretend I didn't see the letter, so when the police come to get you, it's over for you guys. We're like, okay. But obviously when my stepdad pretty much saved our life. When my mom kind of met Paul and, they helped each other and they got married and I was going to turn 18. And I was like, my God, if we don't get this passport, then we're out. And Paul, he was positive, he was like, we will get it. And I was like, yeah, we will get it. It will happen. Honestly, no words than lie. I think there was only going to be 3 months before we leave Belgium. My mom called me saying, you just got your passport. And I was... Sorry. It was like, my God, I was actually, bros. I was like, what? I've got my passport. And that's why now when Blake and Blue got the passport. The Irish, I was like, oh my God, they have the passport. Like, people don't understand. You probably won't understand. Brian will understand. People don't understand when you got that paper, that like little booklet. It's like, oh my God, I can't live my life. I actually can live my life. You can do whatever you want. And when she called me, I went, oh. I remember, I think I was still doing hairdressing. I had to come out. I was crying so much. I was like, oh my God, does that mean I'm Belgium? Does that mean I can go to Paris straight away thinking of traveling? That was the most relief, the most rewarding call I've ever gotten.
Oh,
Because like saved my life, basically.
that is so beautiful.
I know it's
and
like
just,
silly thing for some
it's
people,
not,
but
though.
you don't understand when you have that, you're waiting for that momentum to not get handcuffed and put on a plane, go to Armenia, you don't know where you're going. That's saying that they validate you're staying. And obviously because we were under 18, we got quicker. My mom had to wait a little bit longer, but obviously because we became Belgium, then she got it,
Yeah. No, and what I mean, like, it's so beautiful too, because like it is something that like so many of us who don't realize how privileged a life we've lived.
Oh my God.
And don't realize how lucky we are to have grown. Like, look, of course this country has its problems, but to grow up in a society where there's relative security and there's,
100%.
to have a passport that allows you to travel. I know obviously like financially there might be other factors, but to have a piece of paper that allows you to do what you want to do.
It's kind of like the freedom. It's like, but even if I didn't travel, I didn't care. I have the passport to stay in the country. Nobody's going to kick me out from here.
Yeah.
It was just like a little booklet to say that you're staying.
You belong.
You belong here. And that was, I will never forget. That was, I think it was April 1998. I'm very good with the years and not everything, but like there's things like I remember the year, month. It was April 1998. I got it and I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's and obviously there's other things changed my life with phone calls, from the, the castings I did. The agents called me, you got the job. I was like, oh my God. Again, as a dancer, Carl, I've done jobs that I never even dreamed about.
Yeah.
Like you dream to do things, but you're like, that's not going to happen.
Yes.
Who am I? Like little refugee boy going to do it. That's never going to happen. But it happened and I always pinch myself.
What was the most pinch yourself one that you've the professionally you ever got?
Oh my God. Well, okay, I've done big artists, but I think the pinch moment was Dancing with the Stars.
Really?
So it's a job. Obviously as a dancer, you want to retire. Some people are doing plumber or hairdresser or makeup artist or I don't know, whatever you want to do. But I became a crazy director, choreographer, blah, blah, blah. And then I always want to do something, but I never thought I'm going to do TV or anything. That's never going to happen. I can't speak English properly. Do you know what I mean? English is my fourth language. When I got that phone call 2021 when we moved here, and everything happened for a reason, not that COVID happened. No, it's just we moved here just temporary. When I got that phone call, I didn't believe it. Because that's a dream. I wanted to do it, but never gonna happen. Like I had dreams to do it for Kylie Minogue. I did it. I had a dream to dance for Jerry Halliwell when I saw them in 2001 doing It's Raining Me. I was like, I want to dance with her. And I did it. There's things you strive and work hard towards it. But to me, to be on a stage, live television in a country when they speak English and English is your fourth language and start criticizing other people in English, like, again, so many different things like that in my life happen. I always pinch myself. But you know what? People say, you're not good enough. Don't do it. But I'll be like, it's okay. Let me try. It's okay. Let me try. What's worse can happen? People told me I'm a shit dancer. I will never make it from Belgium because I never been trained in ballet or jazz. I'm like, it's okay. I went and I did it. And I always knew you were going to make it. Yeah, of course you did. Wow. No, I never. I'm telling you right now, there's so many things like this happen. I was like, it's okay. I have to do it. Like I would say, do you? I did myself. I do everything. Even sometimes Brian would be like, oh, but it's hard. It's like, no. I was like, you're my husband. You should be fucking supporting me. But he would be like, but I think he always said he's a realist and I'm a optimist or what? Like he's think realistic. He's not gonna. No. I don't care about that. Yeah. I'm very positive. I'm optimistic. It's gonna happen.
That's it. I think that's the Irish in him. It comes out.
He's very comfortable with things. I'm like, no, like getting my American visa. He didn't believe me I was gonna get it. I said to him, I'm married. I was like, my dream was to be in America.
Yeah.
Right. Always. Like after I was UK, I was gonna go to America. He was gonna follow me. Didn't believe it. I got the visa. We both cried in Paris. He didn't believe me I'm going to get it. I moved to America. After 6 months, I'm there. I auditioned for a job. I got a job. I was judged on James Corden show. So it's like always like, because I was trying for it. I want to make it happen. I want to do it.
My face is sore from smiling. This is like I'm going to have to put a warning on this episode of like the roller coaster that people are going to go on.
It's a roller coaster,
but not in the best possible way.
It is roller coaster.
What is, because you're so infectious. What's the best phone call you've ever got to make?
Oh, again, you ask me this before my children. There's few. FaceTiming my mother about Blake. Brian, me, and my mom were sobbing. Like
I've got goosebumps.
We were in hospital, and I remember the funny thing is my mom's crying. She's at the bus station with my nephew, my sister's son, because she collected him. And we called, she's like, hi. And I said, surprise, somebody want to meet you. Boom. And we start crying.
I'm about to cry. Oh my God.
It was the best. The best phone call. Nothing will beat that ever.
Oh.
Nothing. Maybe the day that our daughter's getting married, probably I'll cry. but that was the best. And then obviously Blue. And it's just validating, because being a gay person also, I remember when I came to my mom, we didn't speak for a year because obviously she couldn't understand. That's another story. But then when we start talking, she said one thing, I know how much you want kids. How are you going to make this happen? I said, don't worry about it. Let me just live my life. I was 21. Let me live my life and we will get there when time is right.
Yeah. And the time is now.
The time is now, and she's obsessed now with kids. They're obsessed with her.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what are you doing to
I'm
me?
sorry. I can't believe this. This is just great. One funny thought that did come to me there is, best of luck to your two girls when it comes to their first dance, or more so to their partners. The pressure is going to be on.
But do you know what? Not even because I'm like, do whatever you want, go freestyle. Because people thought we're going to do something massive when we got married with Brian, but we literally, that one's 2 left feet. I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not wasting my time. He couldn't even do a little like bouncing left, right, center. It was useless.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't wait to create memories. And at heart, we're young and crazy.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because I always say age is just a number. It's how you feel it. And I feel like 21 still.
Sorry, I feel 21 after this conversation. I love it. Oh, okay. Is there a phone call you can never remember where like you really made your stomach drop?
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. 2 of them.
Okay.
And it's actually concerning both of our moms. First one was, I will never forget, my mom calling me saying in 2014, she's got cancer. Oh my God. I was gone.
Yeah.
I couldn't talk. I started crying. I was like feeling sick. But she was the strong one. She's like, don't cry, it's fine. I was like, no, it's fine, you got cancer. Obviously, and then 2 years later again. And it would literally, like, oh, Carl, I lost her. In my head, that's it, she's gone. And also when she told me in 2014, I knew we were getting married in 2015. She knew, and I panicked. I was like, oh my God, you're not going to be there. It was horrible. Oh, and the second one is 2018, February, when I was in Armenia doing Eurovision, and Brian called me that my mother-in-law passed away. That was, again, like, I was actually, when you're somewhere and you don't know what to do, you're like hopeless. I try now to book a flight to come because I have to, oh my God, those 2 phone calls will always be engraved in my head. I felt sick. Because also I've seen horror before. I always say that. I've seen the worst. But I think those 2 phone calls were literally killed me. And now I'm dreading, I'm not even going to say it, the 3rd phone call, oh, God forbid. Like, I mean, we live in the real world. That's going to happen one day.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, how I'm going to cope? I don't know.
And it is, and it's, look, we probably don't talk about it much, but like they are the thoughts all of us have, at different points. But I think that not being able to do anything yourself to help or to fix things or to...
I'm a doer.
Yeah.
I'm a driver. I'm like, Carl, what do you need? Let's do it. Yeah, I'm there. For all my friends, when I love someone, I'm 100 billion% in it. I don't bullshit. I don't like hypocrisy. I don't like fakeness. But when I'm actually useless, I don't know what to do. I'm not a doctor. my mother-in-law passed away. My mom having cancer. What do you do?
Yeah. Next, can you tell me, has your phone ever got you out of a sticky situation?
A lot of time. Oh my God. Oh my God. So many stories. One I can say, like, because being choreographer at the time, backstage there's so many things happening. So many things happening. One day we were doing a massive show, massive in Italy, massive show, lights, everything gone down. And one of my dancers fell off stage, broke her leg. So obviously you're not allowed to have phones. But who's got his phone?
Mm-hmm.
Thank God I had my phone. I'm telling you right now, because I was freak, obviously, like keeping, I don't, my phone is fine. I'm the boss, I'm allowed. Thank God I had my phone. She fell, everybody's panicking, lights gone, the stage, she literally fell screaming. I had to put the torch, thank God we have torches, put a torch, called the, whatever number was in Italy, they just told me. And if I didn't have my phone, God knows what would have happened. We couldn't see anything. It was pitch black. And obviously the security light came in. I actually had to go with my torch, start calling. The ambulance came, saved the leg. Obviously, she's fine now. Her leg, but so many like these moments happen with my phone. And my phone was always kind of my like doctor, police, fire thing, everything like, or like mirrors, or, you know, like you something in your eye when you're dancing. Oh, give me your phone. A phone is everything for us.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I can remember on top of my head, like very dramatic. And that was good I had it. Because if we didn't have the phone, if it was backstage far away, nobody had phones. We're not allowed to have phones. Who was going to call?
Yeah.
Obviously, the stage manager will call someone, but nobody was allowed to. It was very private events, so you're not allowed to have anything.
Yes. Okay, couple of quick fire questions before I let you go.
Go.
Who's your most called person?
My mom.
Your mom.
My mom. Yeah. My mom.
Yeah.
I don't even talk to Brian. Brian, who? People would think my husband. I've seen you enough. No, there's nothing else to say anymore.
Enough. What is the last message you sent?
Actually, I sent the message this morning to say to Brian, oh yeah, Blue had 9 ounces. That's the last message I sent this
Had
morning.
9 which?
9 ounces. The bottle.
Oh, very
Yeah.
good.
I said Blue just had 9 ounces. That was last message this morning.
Parental admin.
I know priorities.
Is
What happened to us?
or like the things of like, yeah, Ayla did a poo, nice and soft.
Oh my God. That's our message. Yeah, she put today. Oh, it's been 3 days, 4 days. That's that. My God, what's happening to us?
Parental admin
We
is,
are all
is the
grown up.
worst. Who is the most, now, of anyone I've ever asked this question to? I'm interested in your one. Who's the most famous person in your phone book?
Oh, I have few.
I've never met anyone as connected as you.
I mean, I don't know why do you qualify fame. I have few.
Okay.
We're from Leona, Will Young, All the Girls Aloud. There's few. I don't know. I don't want to be like big-headed.
It's not. This is the career you've
Banana
had.
Ramas, Charlotte Church. Oh, I know how to change the names also. Because I'm panicking because
The phone.
yeah, don't tell anybody. But yeah, they all change, so you wouldn't know. I will know, but you wouldn't know who they are because just in case somebody. Actually, you're Carl Muller. I need to change yours.
Oh, this is now like we're a while off that. Yeah. That's that's how I'll know if I've really made it. If this podcast becomes a worldwide success, maybe then you can change my
But it's
name.
true. I've got so many different people. But I had to change. Yeah.
Wow. Last question I have for you, Arthur, is there anything your phone has taught you about yourself?
Oh, Carl. Okay.
Or anything you learned about yourself?
Do you know
through your
what?
phone?
I learned that, again, we all, like we were earlier saying, don't compare yourself to anybody. Don't think that they were saying, well, the English you say grass is greener the other side. No, social media is a beauty place, or sometimes you're honest. I try to live as honest as possible. But of course, you only see like 15 seconds or 1 minute of video of my day. There's 24 hours, so much can happen. 12 hours, so much can happen. 48 hours, so much can happen. So don't be obsessed with that. And what it told me, I stopped scrolling too much now. I don't even scroll much. I just see people I follow. When you do your funny video, I'm obsessed, laughing. Sometimes I don't understand because the Irish comedy. I'm like, okay, but I'm just loving it. You remind me, but what I learned, like, don't compare yourself to anybody. Everybody lives their life the way they can. So nobody's better than you. You're not better than anybody.
What a beautiful way to finish this episode. Thank you for being so open, but just for your for your energy and for the joy that you impart on the world. It is just, honestly, like, and I mean this, like you're really inspiring.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you so much. All right.
Thank you for having me. Yay!
Phone Truths is brought to you by Sky Mobile, Ireland's newest network, and it's also mobile you can expect more from. So, how can you expect more? I hear you ask. Well, listen up, because I'm about to tell you. So you can expect flexible data plans to let you change your plan whenever you like. You can also expect your bill to come down automatically once your phone is paid off. And you even get access to exclusive Sky rewards, like flights to Europe and loads more. It sounds absolutely incredible, to be fair. So don't settle for less. Sky Mobile is here, and it's time to expect more. You can visit sky.ie/mobile to find out more.